As they were growing up, in our kitchen, our personal kitchen at home, we had a really big wooden spoon. Really big, long, tall wooden spoon. It was gorgeous. I don't know what happened to it. It was a spoon and a fork. And I had them hanging on the wall. And if they were bad, I would get the spoon to scare them. I would run after them all over the house with this spoon. So they remembered that somehow, and they changed the logo to your kitchen, your taste with the spoon.
When I came to Canada, I worked for 3 different kitchen companies. And then in 1970, with my dad, we used to make cabinets in the basement. 71, we built a garage at the back of the house. So we moved the machine in the garage. And then 73, when we got married, I would make cabinets in the garage and she would come in and make roast chestnut for me on the stove. So that was very nice.
My father started QTK in 1974 with the support of my mother. From a very young age, we were enshrined in this business and we were brought up in it. I started gaining love for this business from a young age and just following my dad around. You know, he'd go to a job site, I'd go with him, and I'd just learn through watching him.
He was 5 years old and he said to me one night, "Mom, I have to go to work with Dad tomorrow, but he says I can't go. You make sure you wake me up because I'm going with Dad." He was always following his dad. He was really passionate already about it, so he's been in it forever. And Daniel, the same thing. He would get up and say, "Okay, well, if you're going, I'm coming along." And so they grew up with it.
Yeah,
they grew up with it. They were always at the shop with their dad.
My father did not have to pursue us at all to come and follow his footsteps. We had the passion from a very young age. We asked him if we could join the business, and he gladly accepted. My brother joined the company in 2002. I joined the company in 2007. My father's still involved. This is his baby, so anytime he's in town, he's here, and he's overseeing us, giving us advice and helping us along the way. Over the years, he has, stepped back, and we have stepped forward and taken on the responsibilities.
My current roles and responsibilities are essentially managing the sales department, meeting and discussing all large contracts with the developers we work for, and educating all staff on cabinetry design elements. Design, I guess, has always been in my blood. I started drawing kitchens at 16. We used to draw it in, other software, but I was not a fan of how detail-oriented the software was and the amount of control I had over the software, and therefore started looking for other software.
Giovanni's foresight was the knowledge to see that we needed a software, an engineering software, to take us to the next step. In 2006, Giovanni decided to make the decision to go to Microvellum. The number one basis for his decision on the software was we wanted something that would give us the ultimate in flexibility. We didn't want to have limitations when we're manufacturing. We didn't want to have a SKU-based library that we weren't able to make changes with. We wanted a basic library that any customer could customize, and we could provide limitless options. And Microvellum gives us that ability. And I think in that regard, Giovanni made a great decision.
You'll never build 2 kitchens the same. When the client comes in, we try to get to know them. We try to understand how they function, what their preferences are. So we really try to dive into that.
This is really the basis of the your kitchen, your taste mentality. We don't want to make the same kitchen over and over again. That's not how our factory is designed, and that's not how we want to operate our business. We want to make each kitchen for each specific customer and how they interact with the space.
From there, we draw their kitchens in 3D. Through that, we're able to give them a 3D rendering. With the beautiful 3D renderings we're able to create, the kitchen comes out exactly the way, you know, the clients envision it, from design all the way through fabrication to installation.
The single greatest benefit to having Microvellum would be the limitless customizations and options that we can offer our customers. I know the way my brother is, and he does not like letting software limit him. He's a designer by trade. He likes to let his ideas flow, and Microvellum gives us the ability to turn his visions into reality. We have the ability to do any room in your house, be it a kitchen, a vanity, a wine room, a den, a wall unit. There's really no limit to what we can produce with Microvellum. Secondly, I would say the greatest feature in Microvellum is the ability to create G-code for various CNC machines in one operation. We have, I believe, 9 different CNCs, and most of them are different brands. We have a lot of machine-to-machine communication. Without software like this, which is really the brain of the operation, the thinking would have to be done on the shop floor. With Microvellum, what we were able to do is take the thinking off the shop floor, move it into the office. Everything in the factory is completely barcoded, and all we're doing is processing panels. The best part about Microvellum is their post-processors. In manufacturing, there are challenges. When a machine breaks, oftentimes the deadline don't allow us to wait for that machine to be fixed. So what we can do is we can take those parts to another machine, we can execute those barcodes and run those parts on a different machine without having to reprocess jobs, without having to get more information from the office. Microvellum was able to create CNC code for all of them in one shot.
The way they're making the company run almost, you know, automated. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's 100% automated, but I would say we're 80%. So to me, that's very impressive, and I have to thank both boys for their idea. You know, all the computer programs started from Microvellum. It's just phenomenal the way they did it.
I attribute the growth of QTK primarily to the passion that my brother and I have for this business. But without Microvellum, I think the growth curve would definitely have been hampered. We would probably not be where we are. We do a lot of unique items, a lot of unique projects that Microvellum allows us to do. And I feel like revenue growth would definitely not have been as quick had we been limited with our software, if we went with a SKU-based system. So any company looking to adopt Microvellum, I would say, do it. You've probably waited too long already. You'll be amazed.